All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're talking about bribery in the public sector. Before the break, we're talking about the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics and the numbers they've been throwing around, saying that 95% of Nigerians indulge in bribery. So, all of you watching need to check yourselves and be sure that you are not one of those. I was talking about the judiciary before the break, and yes, and I was trying to make a point then, saying, I mean, you were saying that a lot of the judges or the judiciary is probably this way because those around them, the police who feed them with these cases and facts and investigations, are also corrupt, and as long as they are corrupt, they can be corrupt. And I'm not sure I agree with that, because I mean, obviously, like he said also during the break, not all cases come from the police. Not all cases are police instituted, and even if they are, there are some cases that it depends on who the figure is and how much is offered to the judiciary in spite of what the facts are. Don't you agree with that?
Well, you have a point there, but let me say this to you. The judiciary will never step out of its confines to go get a case or matter and bring it to the court. Some people will probably bring it to the court. So it still boils down to you see, I'm not excusing the judiciary. Yeah. Let me make this clear. There's rots in every sector of this country, judiciary, what have you. But it's easier for the judiciary to be involved against all expectations because they have a bit of a soft landing. Because it's this simple. If you I'll cite an instance like this. I'm a police officer. You meet me. You come to a crime scene. I'm a suspect. Let me say suspect of a murder case. Per normal standard police procedure says you read me my rights before you arrest me. You secure the crime scene and what have you. But an average Nigerian police officer gets there. The first thing to do is just hit you with the butt of the gun, kick you in the car, contact, see the gun where you see for your hand, blah, blah, blah. And I get to the court, I'm a money bag, and I tell my lawyer, I think that judge is ready to play ball. Just talk to the judge. The judge gets there. And my lawyer will not tell the judge to outrightly overturn the case. The judge will go back to those processes that were abused process, and the case will get thrown out. So so there was no bribery was not necessary. Don't get me wrong.
Back to your point.
No, so it's easier for the judge. So the judge now gets to manifest his greed, giving it an official cover because it tells you didn't prove your case beyond reasonable doubt.
Well, let's move a little away from that now, because I mean I know we're talking about bribery in the public sector, but a very interesting report also on the private sector. It wasn't very extensive, but it just gave a bit of an idea, saying according to the survey, the prevalence of bribery is biggest in the private sector with insurance companies. I thought that was quite surprising. I'd never thought about it that way. Followed by teachers in private schools, and then doctors in private hospitals.
That part is shocking.
Yes, a little shocking for me as well. With insurance companies, I didn't expect it, but I can also see why it would be.
Yeah.
But with teachers and hospitals, I mean, these are two institutions that are very fundamental to human growth and survival. I mean, if we live in a country where teachers can't be trusted or doctors can't be trusted, this is a private sector now, not even where government's hand is in now. What are we left with, Chief?
So I read the report, but I think I skipped that part where teachers.
I've seen it for the first time.
Teachers are involved in the whole bribery thing. It's really shocking. I mean, if the people who are supposed to teach the leaders of tomorrow are involved in this, what's values? I mean, if at that young age people are introduced to the world of give me this and then get this, what's the incentive for them to work hard for whatever results it is they get? I mean, it's really that's disappointing. Now that's unfortunate, and that's man, that's sad.
On the final note, now one sentence, very quickly now. Do you see any way forward out of all of this? I mean, are we so ingrained in it that this is our reality?
No, there's a way out of it. The National Orientation Agency has to help its game. They have to start with this orientation of Nigerians. The Mamsa era, if you're a farmer, farm well and let you believe there's dignity in labor. Yeah. Because our national psyche has been battered, and we don't have to see this as a norm. We have to see this as an aberration, and we should kick against it.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for being here today. This conversation needs to continue.
It will continue.
And I know it was a core reason why Mr. President was elected, but it looks like it will continue to be a reason why we'll continue to elect presidents, because
it's been with us since that kingdom come. Corruption was the reason they planned the 1966 coup.
Okay, we'll take a break, guys, and we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
What else? See, come on. See, just let's go. So let's dance now. It is my turn. Just